Hello, and welcome to Kids React to Shinobi the arcade game, where we make kids play Shinobi the arcade game, and then tell them to tell us about what they played, because hopefully that's very funny. But before we commence, since it is possible in Future World 2020 not to even remember Shinobi or arcades, I shall tell you what it is. Shinobi was released to the arcades by Sega in 1987 for their Sega System 16 board. It was essentially Sega's answer to Namco's 1986 hit Rolling Thunder, which like Shinobi was a side-scrolling action platformer that emphasized the ability to quickly ascend and descend different level tiers. Shinobi would have been a popular game in its own right, but it must have been aided by the ninja craze of the 80s, because Shinobi was super popular. It soon was ported to a bunch of different home computers and the Sega Master System, becoming one of the best games made for that console. Shinobi would go on to have a bunch of sequels in the late 80s and early 90s, and is still regarded by many fans as one of the most iconic IPs ever produced by Sega. But 1987 is long gone, and now we live in Future World 2020. What do the kids of today think about Shinobi, the arcade game?
Hello YouTube, today we will be talking about Shinobi.
Shinobi, the arcade version, the first one, the one that no one cares about, but I do. I know I'm just a floating head in the sky, but I still want to talk. I still have a mind, I still have a soul in myself. I don't, but
Yes. Sega Ages has hired M2, a video game developer, to create the arcade version of Shinobi for Nintendo Switch.
and we like it. We beat it. I actually beat it with Dad, and then I beat it with the person that's filming. And now I beat it with the person that's next to me. Who knows the name? The Torchies mascot. The name is the Torchies mascot.
Would you say that the game was overall really fun or not?
Yes, awesome. There's some bosses that might actually surprise you though. Okay, first there's a helicopter from Double Dragon.
Yeah. That's so
There's a helicopter from Double Dragon, guys. He's like the third boss or something.
What would you guys say is your favorite aspect of the game?
My favorite aspect is that you really can't memorize the game. You know why? You can't memorize the enemy patterns. You know why? They just jump right up random. You know what the code said with the ninjas? Ninjas respawn random. Ninjas jump or move or attack random. So it's really not fair.
Do you guys think it's weird that they didn't port this game to the Sega Genesis?
Oh my god.
They did!
They didn't.
Oh!
They did on the Master System. They released a sequel on the Genesis, but they never put this game. I figured they could have put an arcade perfect port on the Genesis. They never did.
I know. I think it's because if Shadow Dancer had already come out and people probably might have been playing that game more, the sequel, I think they had more of an incentive to make Shadow Dancer than Shinobi because it's so much just like 3 years old and then Shadow Dancer is like brand new, right? Wouldn't Shadow Dancer, even if it's not as good of a game, like get more attention? Right?
That's true.
Right?
It's just my lips now. It's just lips and some hands.
Basically, overall, I think the game is pretty fair. It's got that retro, kick your ass vibe to it. There's one thing that is just complete beep. When you go to the next level, and there's your right, you're literally like a few feet away from the door to go to. There's like ninjas, there's a ninja, right? One ninja, okay, easily done. And then there's like 5 that appear randomly. I'm like, they're just kind of boom, boom.
There's like 7.
There's like 7 and they all appear at once.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I have something to say though. The bosses are very good, but some patterns are easy, but it's kind of hard to perfect. Like this one. the end of the boss that pushes you towards the electric wall, you have to walk towards another boss. Right there, another boss. And it's a face that keeps going up and down. And at first you think, oh, I'm just gonna shoot the gem down its forehead.
You're like, yeah, you do
No. It shoots fireballs out of its mouth. Wonderful fireballs. And guess what? Those fireballs are very hard because you don't know where are they gonna bounce or stand for. Goodbye.
4.5. Here's some reasons. Number 1, gameplay. The gameplay is very tight, and I was not frustrated with the gameplay.
Yes.
Even though there were
times.
some parts of the game how I thought there were too many enemies, but there was always a way to beat it. It's not like I was ever stuck. So, and the level design is great. It always makes sense. The enemies are always beatable no matter how hard they can be. The music is very good. It's in that level. It's not Super Mario Brothers standards how it's just gonna like stick into your head until you die or anything. The graphics are basically what they would have looked like in the arcade. There's no glitches. I never was stuck. I never crashed and any crazy things. I didn't see any flickering, not once. So there you go.
I give it a 4.5. This is why. Some bosses, like the bosses I was talking about, that I couldn't stop talking about. You know, the one with the face on the wall because it's fireballs all the time. Well, that one. Way too hard. Boom. Okay. Another thing. The part where guys jump out of the wall and you have to hit them, and you have to get close to punch them. The first one though, that's not the same with the other ones. Boom sucks. Okay. Next one. Some of the character designs do not look like ninjas at all. Boom sucks. There's Pirates of the Caribbean in this game. Boom sucks. Skeletons come back and then they go away and then they come back and then they go away and then they come back and then they go away and then they come back and they go away. Boom sucks. Just kidding. Most of those things don't suck, but
Hey, dude, you keep saying boom.
I did. Oh.
It doesn't say boom, you say bum.
No.
Bum.
That's what I'm saying.
You say bum.
Speaking of fun, I just fallen. Okay, that's my review, and it's a 4.5 stars.
I did too.
Thank you for watching. Today's video was brought to you by S&B Golden Curry Sauce Mix. S&B Curry brings natural life and happiness to every household with the potentiality of both spice, herb, and the earth's blessing. When you think of Japanese food, perhaps the first thing that comes to your mind is sushi, or perhaps fish prostate, shirako. No? Well, how about curry? Japanese curry is so popular that it's almost regarded as Japan's national food. Almost, but not quite. Based on the 2015 statistics of All Japan Curry Manufacturers Association, Japanese people eat curry 72.6 times a year. It is more than once a week through homemade, takeout, or eat out. S&B Japanese curry is not as pungent as its Indian counterparts, which are often characterized by a few outstanding spices. Instead, S&B Golden Curry is mild and harmonious, with no particular ingredient standing out. And because our sauce is flour-based, it is comparatively thick. In other words, our curry is exactly like American gravy, and just as versatile. S&B Golden Curry is typically served with rice, but it can be served on top of anything. 150 years ago, we introduced Japan to S&B gravy-style curry, but now we are proud to introduce S&B Golden Curry to the world. S&B Golden Curry. Together, we can create a flavorful, healthful, and brightful curry culture for the world. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.